golden rim. Polished dutifully as the black shoes. In his bag. Shoestring, rubber shape, the lid of a cockle pot, footprint in mud. The other day I had, dug up a plant, celandine. The stems were white, they crushed, underneath. God, it's a crowded mess in the grave, he had heard. Reality. What is it? Father. Father. But you didn't call on Jesus, said the tall man. He had known Patty. He was tall, he had evolved a voice, an air, a way of carriage. He sat bent like a wire clip, the stems were white, the earth by the ditch was sandy, a very definite threat. Yes, a very definite threat. Of course I believe, said Jael. New Depixel. That was from years ago. Had just glanced back over his writing from quite a while ago. Quite a while ago, a shade intoned. I can't stand reality, it spoke as it fell, like paper. How marvelous it is to see paper coming curling out of a copying machine. It falls like the grey ghost just had. Fell is dark as day. Clank. 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 It flies, it curls and tombs with aesthetic sensuality. Wonderful to see paper like that. Why do you have to put something on it? I just want to caress it. Had forgotten his great love. Patty had been impregnated by a spot of blood on her soul, an ink spot blob. There must be peace, they said to ephemera, I must have peace. Have you ever heard the sound that is made when stems are crushed or broken? I have never deliberately cut any heads off. My desire, my true self, has always persecuted God. I have heard that God is hysterical over me. The sound of the washing machine. Under the earth those stems are white, lettuce when you eat its spine has a similar taste that the teeth hear. White and fresh. Milk and corpses. Lettuce has beautiful green blood, I wish to drink liquid sunshine, interjected David. I thought you had taken up luxury and sun helmets. Ruminated through his nose. Snorting is only something that horses do, said the devil. Satan, shouted Patty, Satan. Get off your idle bum and get out or I will smack your teeth in, lying up there in the crow's nest, ha. You and your blood beetles. Yellow flowers, celandine, and buttercups. They have licked me in the taste of their glisten. Yellow lips so you kissed yet when seen they blush into profane plastic. Crushed, the crush is eternal as the breathing of metallic water over rocks. White and white make yellow. It had finally happened. Received, wondered, thought of his cigarette or rather, smoke. Is it possible? It's me. A knock at the door. Reluctantly opened the door and let somebody in. Aha, he said. You're not, said ephemera. What am I not? You said it, chimed the music from Patty's tape in her fantasy room. Yes, it was Patty, she had come round. What marvelous breasts. Cold living flesh, pink nipples heavy soft and whatever they feel like, however heavy they are. On her daily cartoon, Patty. Fear had left, the door had closed, reality closed in and buttoned up her blouse. You are. Shoot Jael shoot, the gold-rimmed door, through which oozes the sperm of domestic plastic, had chinks, it had been broken in, two eyes left looking into the mess. It's just impossible to escape them, said ephemera. I realize that now, said I. Poison. The squid of hourly pace entered in a tube. The locust? Something must be done, the scorpion was looking for the limelight, the sting would be good, but the sting doesn't spare me from the anguish of life. Anyway, there is no bliss for me. What can do? Where? Give him peace, dear Lord. Give him peace. Is that all? I thought, said Oh, said ephemera. Or was it poison? What do you mean? Is bliss not allowed? The poison has carried one of my things away. That's it. Belief only comes from grace. Remember, he came not to be served, but to serve. Jesus. The rooms they sat in are burnished gold. Out of teapots rise mercurial smoke. There is always the figure of a man alone with a typewriter smoking. The wedding cake floats on a perverse shaft of darkness. The author's note 2014, don't know what this word is, **** is suspended vertically in the spacious room. Can only live in such a room, said the ghost as he continued to unspool. The figure was spinning, ever spinning out fine thread from the worm as William described them. O Rose, thou art sick. The worm that ate away at what? Heart? Soul? Soul. Down the edges of the main room was a groove, a little trench that had been set, in the gloom, into the floor along which rolled apples to the barrel in the corner. Creatures, creatures. Carried them to the man with the narrow eyes. Hairy face, the creatures called him. He had his head surrounded by mirrors boxed in by them so he could only see himself, and was determined by a long white stick that he held to knock the sentry off the balcony into the abyss below. The walls were red embossed felt. A corridor came into the room halfway up one of the walls, reached by a ramp. Artaxerxes had made this, the route to the pyramid which had installed to allow Deramatis to sleep. I must sleep, he had said. And sleep you will. Author's note in margin sad smiley Derek, Deramatis Jadley. Jackie. Such a primitive method of transmitting ideas, no love. No love. No love. No love. Does anybody know how to love? Is there any way out of here? Yes, open the door. But to open the door only leads into another corridor, and so on and so on. The inner turmoil, the inscape, the grand illusion of worldly work and comfort, to be oneself. Thought. Is completely superficial. Pierce me, Lord, pierce me. Blood from the side of Christ inebriate me. The body is futile, futile. Futile. Futility. I cannot see. I cannot see.